Pandas can read many types of data files. Some common types are CSV, Packets, JSON, and even Excel. Here you can see some simple examples of using Pandas to read different data formats. The data is then stored as a data frame object in the computer memory. A data frame is simply a two-dimensional tabular data object, which can be manipulated with different Pandas functions. You can also save the data frame in different formats, but Packets and CSV are all you need most of the time. In my opinion, Packet is more efficient in speed and disk space, and it is also compatible across different systems. In many online tutorials, you can see examples of saving data in Pickle format. My advice is don't do that. Pickle files always have compatibility issues with Python versions. If your teammates have different Python versions, they will have trouble opening your data file. Now I open my VS Code environment. First, I will create a file called pandas.ipynb. Then I create a new cell with a couple of import statements to load common libraries. You can then press Ctrl-Enter or Shift-Enter to quickly execute the cell. Then we create a new cell. I use pandas read CSV command to load the data. Before we run the cell, let's first take a quick look at the dataset. I open the VS Code integrated terminal with shortcut Ctrl-tilde. If you are using Linux or Mac OS, you can print the compressed file with zcat command and pipe it to the head command to print only the first few lines of data. Here we see the column names from the website earlier. I noticed that some columns shows times, so we can tell the pandas to process these columns as datetime using parseDates argument. We need to specify the list of columns that should be converted to time format. Then we can execute the cell. Since it is a compressed CSV file of more than 200 megabytes, the reading takes more than 1 minute. But when it's done, the data frame is displayed. You can see there are some rows with empty aircraft type code, origin and destinations, and also the number column is not really useful for our analysis. So we will drop the unnecessary column with drop function and use drop NA function to remove these rows with empty type code, origin or destination. The line starts getting very long. Now the automatic code formatting tool, Python Black, will come to the rescue. We can tell VS Code to format the cell with the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-I. After that, we have a nicely formatted code. We can assign the data frame object with the name df. Then hit Ctrl-Shift-I again to format the code. Hit Ctrl-Enter to run the cell, and after another minute, we have our data frame again. Now I want to save it as a more compact and efficient Packet format using toPacket function. If we run the cell now, we get an error message. Scrolling down, we can see that the pandas requires additional library to handle the Packet file. That's easy. We can open our terminal, make sure we are in the right Python environment. Then install the FastPacket library using Mamba. Once it is done, we can close the terminal and run the cell. It takes only 5 seconds to save the file. Now, let me show you how fast pandas read back the Packet file. Using pandas.readPacket function. It takes only about 1 second. Even though we know some rows and columns are removed from the original data, this is still significantly faster than a compressed CSV file. We can also take a look at the size of the new file under the data folder. You can see that the file is only 72 megabytes compared to the 210 megabytes of the compressed CSV data.